Welcome to Hamzury Innovation Hub Podcast, where innovation meets inspiration in Nigerian's tech. I'm your host, I'm Idris Ibrahim. Today, I'm joined by Habibatullah Yahaya Isah, a talented front-end developer and UI UX designer who is shaping the future with creativity and code, while empowering the next generation of tech minds. Let's jump straight into her journey.
Hi, I'm Habibatullah Yahaya Isah, a statistician, a UI UX designer, and a front-end developer. Thank you for having me here.
What inspired you to move from UI UX designer into front-end development?
I'd say what pushed me from UI UX to front-end development is deep curiosity. When I design like a page or the website, it was just design. So I was now like, how can I make this design to be interactive? How can I able to click this place and then it will take me to see place? So I was now like, I want to see where design come into life. So I just jumped into front-end web development.
Nice one. What was the biggest challenge or toughest part of learning the code?
I would say since I was a UI UX designer, I'm used to colors, font, designing this, designing that. But moving to front-end development, it has to do with coding, structure, and syntax. I would say the most thing that tested my patience was debugging. A single line of code without a semicolon will just ruin your work, and that's my biggest challenge, honestly.
Your learning part, did your design background help you learn front-end very fast?
Yes, my design background helped a lot because, like I said, when I was able to design, I was used to the colors, font, and it's like alignment. I want to make so thing to align it so I know how to like use fonts. So when I get to front-end development, it became easier using HTML, CSS, and their stuff, property value, and the like. So it was easier for me.
Did you feel confident in front-end skills?
My breakthrough moment was when I completed my very first project in front end. I was so happy because I realized I was not replicating any video. I was not going through any tutorials. I created that website from scratch to end. So I was so happy. That was my breakthrough moment. I nearly shout so that the world will come and see what I did.
What's the
website? My sister has a writing service. So I created a website for her. It was called Quill and Dog Services. So the website was all about her work.
Then Hamzury's impact. How does Hamzury Innovation Hub support you code what UI UX and front-end? Who they will not support you UI UX, I think it's only the front-end.
Hamzury developed honestly.
Okay.
I got to get to the text edits and then I got updated by Hamzury. It was not just watching all about videos and tutorials. I worked on real life project with this particular hub. So there's nothing like I could say like thank you, Hamzury. It's not like they even support it, right? But from here I got to the relationship. I used designer and front-end designers. This
Nice. On webboards, UI UX, there you have it quite front-end.
Yes.
Inshallah, I am moving to the market very soon.
Hopefully, yes, that's the plan.
Alright. Design and code. How do you blend design thinking and coding in your projects?
First, I would think how the user is supposed to use this particular service. How is he going to feel? So I'll design first based on that, then I code based on that experience. I don't separate them. It's more like two things in the one way. First, I design and then I code it based on that experience. That's how I could put the thinking all together.
What kept you pushing through when challenges arose? You faced a lot of challenges.
Yes, it was not easy. At some point, I feel overwhelmed. I feel like stopping me put it. But my little wings, the small thing I put together and then the outcome I get from it is one of the first thing that kept me going. Then the hope and the community, they kept me pushing. And learned from people's mistake, and kept going through now. See, that's my best motivation.
Nice one. What advice would you give UI UX designers wanted to learn front end?
The advice I'll give UI UX designers that want to go into front end is, yes, it might be difficult at first. It might be overwhelming. You get tired and feel like you want to stop, but you don't stop. Keep moving, because just put it as learning a design tool, a different design tool from the one you're used to. So when you put it that way, you know that you're used to your design tools for UI UX and you're learning another design tool. So when you put it that way, you get it and then you keep moving. Don't stop. It's not that difficult at all. But when you keep being consistent, dedicated, you can do it. Coding is not all that difficult. I thought it was difficult at first too, but when I got into it and then I keep telling myself, I'll get there. And then I keep seeing it as part of my UI UX design. So it went smooth.
You didn't give up.
I think.
Nice. Where do you see your career in the next 2-3 years?
In the next 2 to 3 years, I see myself as a professional UI UX designer, a full stack developer, and hopefully giving my own quota to the community, especially women that need to join tech. Inshallah, that's my plan.
What's one change Nigerian's tech space needs to better support multi-skilled developers like you?
I would say they need to better or provide more hubs like this, where people get to learn not just design, they learn design that develop teams, so that in the future they can give back to the ability, and then their skill, their multi-skill can help make the future brighter.
Okay, Habibatullah, final thought. What's one message you want young Nigerian creatives to take away today?
I would say young creatives should not stop. When you're being creative and then you pair it up with tech, you're unstoppable.
Okay.
So they should keep moving, keep being creative, because Nigeria need their ideas, their creativity, and their voice to make the future brighter. So don't stop, keep going, and you get there, inshallah.
Nice one. I had your final thought. Okay, but do you have any project that you're working on right now?
Yes, I have 3 projects in mind. One is, I call it Pulse. That's something for kids. It's a website that designed for kids. So, I want to take everyone under it. So, I made one for my sister, like I said. Now I want to include the kids in that website. When it's out, I will share it with the public. And I got the last one is something for myself. A fashion designer. I sew clothes, it was female, male, and then I sew bedsheet and cotton. So I'm designing something for myself.
So you want to do all these things
Yes,
in the site.
yes.
Wow, is it much of e-commerce?
Yes, it's e-commerce. That's my website. It should be an e-commerce site.
Thanks for joining us on this episode with Habibatullah Yahaya Isah. Her story proves creativity and determination can transform tech. If you are a front end or UI UX, keep moving forward, keep designing, and keep coding. I am Idris Ibrahim, so see you next time. Keep pushing, keep innovating, and keep good. Coding is not hard. Thank you.